Welcome back to Confidence is Overrated, the podcast where we throw self doubt into the trash, start taking bold action in our life, and stop pretending we need to feel ready or prepared or better before we even start. Today's episode is a spicy one. It's going to be a quick one and it's playful, freeing, and also slightly uncomfortable. The topic for today is the art of doing things badly on purpose. If perfectionism have been your emotional blanket for a while, as it have been for me or was for me for many years, this episode will help you take it away and replace it with a sparkly, bold, and hilarious version of you who goes after the things even when it's messy, even when it feels that it's not ready yet. What if I told you that the fastest way to succeed in anything that you want in your life, in your business, in your relationships, in your content, in the way that you show up in the world, in you building your own confidence, is to be willing to do it badly first, to be willing to be a beginner, to be willing to suck at it before you can improve, before you can get better. It's to be willing to be bad before you're good. To do the things that you want to do, not perfectly, not neatly, not confidently even, but to do them badly as you can right now in this moment in time. Here's the truth that most of us don't want to admit. You are not truly waiting for the right time. You are waiting to be perfect. You are waiting for everything to align and for everything to be exactly how you think it should be before you can even start, before you can take a step. And that way is costing you your dreams. And you know it already. You know that you are holding yourself back. You know that you are playing smaller than you want because you are waiting for everything to be perfect. So let's break down the science behind why perfectionism paralyzes us. Everyone, because we all get paralyzed by this and we all struggle with this at one point or another in one area or another of our life. Perfectionism is actually an avoidance strategy. According to the APA, the American Psychological Association, perfectionism is not the pursuit of excellence. It's a strategy that we use to avoid shame, to avoid discomfort, to avoid rejection, to avoid failure or embarrassment, to avoid being judged by other people. Whenever you show at the thought of doing something new, at the thought of posting something online or starting something that you haven't done before, that's your brain trying to protect you, to keep you safe from the discomfort, from anything new that feels that could be a threat to your safety. It's not trying to help you succeed. It's not trying to help you accomplish your goals and your dreams. It's simply trying to keep you safe. Psychology tells us that our brain is more stressed by unfinished tasks than by badly finished tasks. The meaning of this is that a messy first draft is better than no draft at all. A bad post or a bad drill is better than no drill at all. A roach idea, a messy idea is better than silence, than no putting the idea out there because your brain gets relief. It gets a sense of completion from doing the things, no matter how imperfect they might be. Every time you take a step, any step, your brain releases dopamine, which means that it makes you feel more motivated and more inspired to keep going. That's why you feel more momentum when you start doing something, even when it's messy or even when you don't do it perfectly, than when you sit there thinking about how perfect something needs to be before you can start. That doesn't release the dopamine to keep going. Brené Brown, one of the top social behavior scientists in the world that studies vulnerability, says that perfectionism isn't about being your best. It's about earning approval from others. It's about avoiding judgment and embarrassment from other people. It's actually a shield that you put on yourself to try to keep yourself protected. But that shield can be heavy. That shield can weigh you down. And you cannot really move forward in your life while you are holding a chill all the time because it will only keep you stuck, only make you slower by trying to protect yourself all the time from this fear of embarrassment or of judgment or of what other people might think. Whenever you do something for the first time, no matter how bad it might be in the moment, that action start creating a habit of showing up when you don't feel ready, of doing things that you are not prepared for, of putting yourself out there and taking a chance. That creates a habit, and that habit creates momentum to continue doing more of that in your life. Whenever you want to do something creative, put yourself out there, start posting about your creative project or your passion, and you start asking yourself, what will everyone else think? What if my friends and family see it? What if they judge me? I want you to remind yourself, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to go viral. It doesn't have to be magical. You just have to start developing the habit of breaking that judgment, that rejection that you give yourself, and start putting yourself out there. Is that's what you want in life. If that's part of the person you want to become. Because we only have one life. We only have one chance to do the things that we want to do. And badly done is better than perfect waiting. Doing what we want badly, messily, is much better than waiting forever for perfect. I want you to think about your first time doing anything new. The first time you went for a run and it sucked. It felt horrible because that was how it felt for me. Or your first job, the first time you started a relationship, the first time you tried to ride the bike. Because for me, I felt like I will never get it done. And yet you didn't give up. You grew, you learned, you became someone different because of that experience. You expanded your life because of all those new experiences that you have in it, no matter how bad they might have been at the moment. Why is it that we think we need to be flawless as adults when we weren't even good at walking? When we started, when we were just babies or kids, the first time you try walking, you couldn't do it. And you keep trying and falling until you got it. And that's how everything in your life goes. You do it badly first. You try and try again. You fall and fall again. And the strive to keep doing it, the not quitting, is what makes you better at things. It what makes you be able to accomplish things that you didn't even know you were capable of to start with. Here is something that might sting a little bit because I feel it too. Perfectionism doesn't make you better. It doesn't make you excellent, or it doesn't make you improve. It simply makes you invisible. It keeps you playing small. It might feel safe and more comfortable, but it often keeps you in a cage. We tell ourselves, if I cannot do it perfectly, I don't want to do it at all. If I cannot have the perfect success, if I cannot have the perfect journey, I don't want to do it at all. I don't want to risk someone seeing me in the middle stage of becoming. In that messy moment when you are not who you used to be, but you are still not who you want to be. And you are in that messy middle. We don't want people to see us there in that stage, that uncomfortable stage. Perfectionism might feel beautiful, but it's really just a tiny cage that keeps you trapped in this cycle of never doing the things that you want to do. It might look safe, it might look comfortable, but it's still a cage. It's still holding you back from all these things that you want to try, from all these things that you want to experience, from all these things that are in your mind. You are scared to put out into the world. Perfectionism is what's keeping you from the life that you want to create for yourself, from the life that you want to live. Messy action, no matter how imperfect it may be, builds identity because you start identifying as the person who does those kinds of things. Identity is what builds confidence. You start trusting yourself that you can be that person. And confidence building momentum to keep going, to keep being, to keep doing those things, to keep trying, to keep improving and learning. So, ladies, I want to remind you of this. Done is hard. Trying is hard. Being a beginner is hard. Learning is hard. Growing is hard. Perfect. Being perfect. Trying to be perfect. That is overrated. That's why I want us to do a challenge together. I want us to do the Do It Badly challenge. For this, grab a journal if you can. If you are driving or walking, I just want you to listen to me. This week, I want you to choose one thing to intentionally do badly. Just one. Here are some of the options that you can choose. Post a messy reel or a messy carousel in social media. Record a video with no makeup. Write that first draft of something that you want to put out there. Send the pitch, send the email, send the offer. Even before it's ready. Record the podcast. Record the audio. Make the goal without editing yourself or without having to have all the words prepared beforehand. Try that new workout class that you have been thinking about, that you want to try, and allow yourself to be the clumsy one in the bath. Dance like no one is looking at you whenever you want to dance. It doesn't matter if in public or in private. In your heart when you want to sing out loud. The goal is not that you have to produce the best quality. The goal is to have you move. The goal is that you do something that you have been thinking that you want to do but never take the action because it doesn't feel perfect. It doesn't feel good enough. It doesn't feel prepared already. Just do it badly on purpose. Because here's the truth. Once you do it badly, the magic will appear. Because your brain will realize that nothing bad happened. You didn't die. Nobody died. Nothing exploded. Your life didn't end just because you put something out there that was bad or because you did something that was not perfect. No one canceled you. And yes, some people might have laughed. Some people might judge. Who cares? Does it change your life? Does it change who you are? Does it in any way affect you? No. So you will realize that doing things badly, doing things that are not perfect, that are still in process, doesn't mean that you are not learning from them, doesn't mean that you are not growing from them, doesn't mean that you cannot do them or that you shouldn't do things. It simply means that you are in the process of them, that you are still a beginner, that you are still growing. And that's hard. Doing it messily, doing it imperfectly, but doing it, that is hard. Noticing that your life didn't end and that nothing bad happened will make you realize that you can continue doing it tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And that every day you can do things, even when they're messy, will get you closer to your dreams. That will get you closer to where you want to be. That will get you closer to becoming the person that you want to become. There was one time when I met a girl who wanted to start her YouTube channel, who wanted to start creating content. She thought about it for many months and many years, and she was always scared of not being good enough, not being prepared, of not having the credentials to do that, of not having the voice to do that. When she realized that she was the one that was rejecting herself, that she was the one that was holding herself back, nobody else was getting on her way of creating YouTube content, of creating videos. Nobody else was blocking her way of materializing her dreams. She was the one who was holding herself back. When she realized that and started creating content, no matter how many views or how many subscribers she got at the beginning, she realized that she was more powerful than she gave herself credit for. And within a few months of creating, she built a community of a few hundred women who were following her journey. That's the power of doing it badly on purpose. That's the power of doing it messily at first, of allowing yourself to grow along the journey and to share your journey to not keep yourself smaller or hiding. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be brave with your life. If you want to feel like your life is expanding, is growing, you have to be braver with your life. Because the women you admire, they are not better than you. They just go comfortable, being seen in the middle of becoming, in the middle of everything being messy, in the messy middle. Let this episode be your permission slip. Do it badly, do it messy, do it scary, but just focus on doing it every day. Focus on taking one step that gets you closer to the things that you want to create in your life. So if this episode lit a fire under you, if this episode was a call to action for you, I want you to join me in the Done is Hard challenge. You can tag me on Instagram at Jennifer Certad and let me know what your imperfect action is this week. What is that messy thing that you are doing right now? I will cheer you on personally because that means you're being courageous with your life. And I believe there is nothing more fulfilling than that. If perfectionism has been suffocating your creativity, I want you to download my free ultimate self-belief guide in the show notes to help you interrupt the overthinking loop and to start taking more action in your life, to get you moving and start believing in your capacity to create a better life. I love you. I believe we can change our life any moment we decide we are willing to work for it. I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.